Hello everyone, this is John Jenkins, and I wanted to bring you another video for today. Last video I made was the last video I made was Black Guy Reading the Book number 5, my ASMR video series, but the one before that was the one where I talked about how I made the converter. I was done making the converter uh, from base 2 to base 10, or yeah, converted from base 2 to base 10. And but in actuality, it was all base 10 because the number logic in the computer is base 10. So even if you show, even if you show a binary number, the computer sees it as a base 10 number or a regular number. So if you put, you know, 1011, then the computer thinks it's 1011 because that's the way it is programmed. But anyway, I figured out a way to convert from zeros and ones to a base 10 number, um, and so I made that video about that, and then I was like, how am I going to convert? How am I going to complete the conversion to base 4 directly from base 2 to base 4? Well, the thing about it is that I have figured out a way. I figured it out. I figured out a way to convert from base 10 to base 4. So uh, actually, it's more like from base 2 to base 4, but the point is that the computer reads the number as base 10. So uh, if you have a number that's zeros and ones, I figured out a way to convert from zeros and ones to uh, uh, base 4, which is 0, 0, 1, 2, and 3. So it's the second simplest upgrade. It's the second simplest program in history, right behind Busco Quaternary itself. But the way you do it is it's so simple. Is that, well, in the last converter, I converted from base 2 to base 10 using modulo 10 and then dividing by 10. You convert from base 10 you convert from base 10, or you convert from binary to base 4 using modulo 100 and divide by 100. It's so simple. I mean, I can't believe that it took me this long to figure it out. It is so simple. You say divide by 100. So if you have 1011, you do modulo 100, which will leave you with 11. So based on that, you say you have 11. You've got two digits now. You've got two digits isolated out. So what do you do next? You say if it's 11, replace the number with a uh, if it's 11, replace the number with a 3. Yeah, if it's 11, replace the number with a 3. And if you have, you know, you replace that number with a 3, and remember, it only looks like a base 4 number. It's still base 10. So you replace that number with a 3, and then you divide the total number by 100, right? So if it's 1011, you get the 11 out when you do the modulo 100, and then you divide by 100, which will leave you with 10. So 10 uh, uh, would be 2. You would have 10 in binary, 10 in binary, 1 0 in binary, 10 in binary would be 2 in quaternary. So you take you take you know the 10 when you do the second modulo 100 after you divide by 100, and then uh, you replace it with a 2, and then of course you have to multiply it by 10 because it's in the second position after the 3. The first number was a 3 all the way on the right hand side. The second number is going to be a 2, so you have to multiply by 10. So you'll have basically 23 because you're still in base 10. The computer reads everything as being in base 10. So that's a great accomplishment. I haven't put it in a program yet, but I know it's gonna work. So it's gonna be awesome. And uh, so I and when it comes to converting directly from base 2 to base 4, basically what I'm doing with these modulos is I'm just converting one base 10 number to another. It may look like binary, it may look like quaternary, but it's all base 10. So the way that the way that I said that I wanted to figure out a way to convert directly from base 2 to base 4 before the computer changes everything to base 10. So go down to the root to where the transistors are and say I'm going to convert these off and on to base 4. And I was like the last video I was like I have no idea how I'm going to do this, you know, and uh, I felt like such a moron after that because I was the original one who told you guys how to convert from base 2 to base 4. It was the crux of my Kickstarter, and I totally forgot that whole thing. It was so simple. I totally forgot that whole thing. So it's so easy. All you have to do is take the total number of transistors, divide that by 2, and then you count 2 transistors at once. That's how you convert from base 2 to base 4 at the transistor level without going up any higher. So, uh, yeah, so I killed two birds with one stone, and uh, I'm going to. I mean, it's really it's really an interesting problem. Is that which one is preferable? Is it better to have one dimension too few or one dimension too many? Is which one is more efficient? And that's a question that's going to be on people's mind for ages. Is which one is more efficient? One dimension too few or one dimension too many? You know, I mean, obviously you can argue that there are actually more than three dimensions. I believe, Michio Kaku says that there's like 11 dimensions. So obviously, you know, that would lean into you know that would lean into the quaternary side. Would suggest that quaternary is better because there's actually more than three dimensions. So we need to go to greater number of dimensions anyway. So that would lead towards quaternary. But you know, we don't really see we don't really experience more than three dimensions. You know, so that's another issue that might skew it towards binary more. So yeah, that's all for today. And let me know what you think. Um, I'm doing a lot of programming stuff right now, so I'm gonna try to get my skills up so I can move on and learn some new programming languages. But until then, have a nice day and bye.